brothers, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna blame me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation, don't try my patience. I'ma pour out 1 for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bed until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die.
Okay, Coach, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Ready? Watch Sam. Check Mike, 54. Go. 54. Let's go. Mike, 54. Mike, 54. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Tighten down. There you
go. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
That's another Saints first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Ready? 5-8. Sammy. Yo. Hey, Zoo. Mike. 59.
Now this time, Breeze will throw. His throw incomplete. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a fourth down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth.
21. Watch twist. Hey, easy. Back's mine. Mike's 5'9". Mike's 5'9". Hey, Echo. Let's go. 11. Hey, easy.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. On fourth down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. This from 42 yards out. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the gun, it's Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
You had to figure they'd try and get the ball to Julio early, and they did it right there. And it doesn't take a degree from MIT to know that, so you had to figure, what's up with the defense? You should know that that's coming right away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Brees going to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Desmond Trufant there making the tackle.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
At the Falcons' 34-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
54. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54.
Hey, box drop. Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike, 54. Hey, easy. 54.
I got him. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Now Breeze.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Marcus May with a pick, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
They'll run on first down. Grant. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They will run with Grant. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Grant, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
At the 44-yard line.
Mike 4. Mike 4.
Hey, express.
Check.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Bravo.
I got
Hey,
you. Pump.
Tuesday.
54. Right there. 54 Mike.
22.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Check 37. Slam.
Now a give right side. It's Grant. And some space here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Atlanta.
56 to Mike, boys. 56.
I'm coming after you.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Eli Apple, good to the core there as he gets in and knocks it away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Bandit. Check.
39. Under 10. 10.
This is Grant.
Nickel.
And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
24 is the mic. All day. Punt. 24.
On 3rd down, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
25. 54. Mike, 54. I got him. Switch. 51. Jump. Switch it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Corey Grant, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
59's Mike. 59's Hey, Haywood. Here we go. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. I got him.
To throw, it's Breeze. And the pressure gets to him again. Grady Jarrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
36. 57's the Mike. Hey, Charlie. Watch the run. Good. Line 4, ready. Baby, that's baby stop.
He's checking. Crash.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
11. Mike's 59. Hey, Delta. Mike's 59. Get your swerve on.
Mike, check. 59. I'm coming. 11.
59's Mike. Check.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze.
He was pretty quiet.
He completes it to Nelson. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And look at this. It's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a 1st down. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now Kamara. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Another Saints 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Taysom Hill hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Falcons. Corey Grant with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons have once again taken the lead. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Go. 57. Mike, 57. Hey, easy. Hey, kill.
Hey, seam 6.
Hey, kill.
Now Breeze. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, And our defensive coordinator says we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. On 2nd down, it's Grant. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Corey Grant on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Falcons push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Let's get off the field. Good. Good. 4, ready. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Hey. Here we go. Ready, catch. Here we go.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. To try again after the sack. Ryan Campbell making the catch. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Paris Campbell in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons push further out in front.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
We saw this franchise do this back in the 2009 Super Bowl. The Saints will start the second half with an onside kick. And a good job here by the Falcons, their hands team, able to recover it. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee you he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
4 yards on the dump off at second down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's third down and 6.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
24 is the mic.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And that will be incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. From the left hash, this from 37. And his kick is indeed good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10, kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Strip that ball. Mike's 5'9", Mike's 5'9". We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. Tonight, 59.
Shotgun now for Breeze. He's going to go for a big play down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
And all the way down to the 35. A big-time play there for the Falcons. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, how to plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
Mike 56. You don't want this. Mike 56.
Now Ryan on first down. That's complete to his running back, Grant. Touchdown, Falcons! Corey Grant with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Falcons turn that interception into a touchdown. Point after try forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And
his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
56. Mike 56. Right there.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Complete to Jones. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Breeze now. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
Because you're right, they have had no room to breathe. Breeze now to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
2nd and 6 at the 37-yard line.
I'm coming. Here we go. Motion. 0-2.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Desmond Trufant with a sack. The corner blitz hits home.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
57. Opposite. Don't let him breathe. Hey, Alpha. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight D. Don't let him breathe.
Now Breeze on third down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Saints on fourth down last year, 13 of 16, second best in the league, and they'll try it here.
53. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
All right.
Here we go.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get this. 57's the mic.
Hey, easy.
57's the mic.
Y'all not ready. Sammy.
They do go for it. It's Breeze. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position.
Ready, Blue 80.
56. Rip left. Check four.
On first down, Grant. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. They go back to Grant. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Mike's 56.
Hey, let's pin the mirrors back and go full street.
56 the mic. 56 is the mic. Rip right.
Go.
Ryan now to throw on third down.
Yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Hey, let's go.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
21.
Pass. Mike's 54.
Hey, Zoo.
Mike's 54.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Mike's 5'4. Mike's 5'4. Hey, watch the leg.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. The Falcons and Saints, they aren't strangers to one another. That's no secret. They were founded 1 year apart back in the 60s, their first meeting in 1967. And neither franchise had much success through the 70s and 80s, but boy, has that changed in recent memory. And the Falcons holding the all-time series advantage 52-48. And one of the more memorable matchups, certainly between the two teams, September of 2006. It was the reopening of the Superdome following the devastation from Hurricane Katrina the year prior. The Saints winning that one 23-3. And now they meet here in this one as part of the NFL 100 series. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Thomas has got it, complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. And between the last two plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. You were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now, Breeze again. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll run on first down. It's Grant, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Now they get a fourth quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
And my goodness, another interception. It's Desmond Trufant. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Ryan now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
General West. 21.
24 is the mic. You don't want none.
Bravo.
You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. 24 is the mic.
Here we go.
24 is the mic.
From the shotgun, Ryan. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, only thing larger than his name is wingspan as he knocks that one away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 24 is the mic. You're not ready. You're not ready.
Throwing again. Ryan. Caught by Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 38-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And Freeman lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Check curls, check curls, check curls.
And he stopped immediately there. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
The reception good for 7. It's third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Yeah, he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward, and indeed he did not. They stop him. He tried to do it himself but couldn't find his way to the marker. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position.
Check. Shift. 51. 51, sub. Mike 56. Hey, Haywood. All day. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. You're trying.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. It's A.J. Klein, the linebacker. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have.
And now here is another interception. Marcus May with a pick. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a first down for the Falcons.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A.J. Klein able to record his 5th sack of the season. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on second and long. Ryan gets it off to Freeman. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Ryan wants to throw it. That's pulled in by the rookie from Notre Dame, Miles Boykin. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
56 to Mike. 56 is Hey, Charlie, switch up.
From the gun, it's Ryan. That's complete right around the 8. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
56. Check 56. 21. Jam.
Hey, Delta.
56.
Operating from the gun, Ryan, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going, but it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week? And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 47. Thomas, the intended target. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Check. 21. Switch. 20. 56 the mic. 56 is the mic.
Team spill.
65. 65. Check. Lucky. 56 the mic, boys. 56. Check 56.
Hey, Express.
Oh yeah, and here we go again.
They'll keep it on the ground. Grant, he's got a first down and then some inside the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. That time trying to find Gerald Everett, and it'll bring up third down.
And less than a yard.
Ready. Check 25. Mike's 56. I'm coming after you.
39.
You. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
54, South.
56 the mic.
Hey, South.
6 is the mic. Go. 56 the mic.
Now it's Ryan.
Let's get this ball back.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Alex Anzalone in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Breeze pass. Intercepted by the Falcons. His guys take over first and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking.